Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I got my device fixed, so sooner than expected, so this is going to be a good video. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming tornado outbreak, and we're going to be going over the effects that will go into this, the SBC outlook, some CSU probabilities, which basically are the Colorado State universities that have been accurate, what I think, and without further ado, let's get started. So to start off, we are going to start with a day 3 categorical outlook, where there is 2 enhanced risks. Well, it's actually 1 enhanced risk, but it's technically split. And then a large slight risk and marginal risk, which goes all the way from Michigan and Wisconsin all the way down to Texas. So inside these enhanced risks covering central and northern Illinois, parts of Iowa and Missouri, as well as southern Missouri, Arkansas, a little bit of Texas, and southeast Oklahoma. We could be seeing already some strong tornadoes, definitely one of the main threats, as well as some hurricane force winds on the northern side, and on the northern side also hail. And if we're going to CSU probabilities on that, we do see there is on the right is that's of course the 30% SIG of the day 3 SBC outlook. But what the CSU thinks is they have been very accurate. They predicted the moderate risk before they came. They predicted the high risk the other day before it actually got issued. But of course, that wasn't until like about a couple hours before the high risk was issued. But 3 days out, and CSU was showing a 60% significant, and that significant goes throughout the whole 30% and 45% as well. So basically what they're saying is in those dark purple areas, they are predicting a high risk, which they have been very accurate. It's too soon to call a high risk, but the ingredients are definitely there. We see for much of Illinois, central and northern Illinois is what I mean. A lot of Iowa, Missouri, and parts of Arkansas, we see that. So basically, this is what the CSU probabilities are showing. These are the SBC categorical outlooks from marginal all the way up to high risk, either the risks. So we see a large marginal risk they're showing, which is probably out of proportion. But we do see a high risk for parts of Illinois, as well as a moderate risk and enhanced. So especially those high risk and moderate risks, we could see strong tornadoes. And even violent tornadoes, according to the CSU outlook. And in the northern side especially, we could seeing hurricane force winds, as well as into that enhanced risk and strong tornadoes potentially as well. And the next day after that, we are going to be looking at a 15% for parts of Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York. And the CSU is showing an enhanced risk SIG for that, so that'd probably be more of a wind threat. We could be seeing a large swath of damaging winds there, squall line potentially, maybe even some hurricane force winds, though I wouldn't rule out the possibility in around Ohio and Michigan area of some strong tornadoes still, but it's definitely much less of a risk, and there will still be a hail risk most likely there. And this is basically what the CSU is showing. Of course, an enhanced risk, and then the slight risk going all the way down to Louisiana and all the way down to the Texas-Mexico border, a marginal risk all the way to New Jersey. Now, of course, these both include significance for parts of the area for day 3 and day 4, but of course, these are the categorical risk, so I'm not going to show that, because the SBC doesn't. But moving on from that, both are significant risk days potentially, especially day 3, where we do see around hour 72 according to the NAM, not NAM 3KM, but this is regular NAM. We do see the system going through, say, central Wisconsin around hour 72, and we see the line on the southern part. We see some more discrete cells, probably, is what we're likely going to see. And on the northern area, more wind, but definitely a strong tornado threat throughout the whole line, and definitely a damaging wind threat throughout the line. But on the northern side, there will be more wind, and on the southern side, there will likely be more tornadoes, though the risk is about the same throughout the whole line. And sorry if I'm talking too fast, by the way. Moving on, hour 78, we do see the line goes through around Indiana, more discrete cells, so more wind and some strong tornadoes still possible in Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan, and so more north. So yeah, during day 3, we're having large 65-degree dew points, and in the southern parts of the risk, even 69-degree dew points and 70-degree dew points, which will really feed those supercells to create some strong tornadoes and damaging winds. And on the second part of the risk, high 50s, low 60s dew points. So definitely much less of a risk, but still a risk nonetheless. Significant tornado parameter. Okay, so as the system comes through, significant tornadoes are definitely a threat, but of course there is a strong tornado threat throughout the whole line, but of course we see there in Oklahoma and Arkansas, as the system comes through, we're going to be seeing a strong tornado is likely forming. And basically, as the low comes through, whether it goes more north or south will determine who gets the worst tornado threat. But still, there will be a strong one nonetheless. Oops. And supercell composite. Of course, we do see more supercells on the northern side, which will mainly be for damaging winds, probably hurricane force. Could be seeing a very strong squall line here. We can't say derecho. It doesn't really look like derecho, but definitely the possibility. But we don't want to call anything because anything can happen still in 3 days. But we will be watching out for that. Most unstable Cape. We do see the most of the Cape on near Chicago through Texas. Now, Cape isn't very consistent in the recent model runs, but we will likely be seeing over 2,000 in values. And finally, bulk shear, high bulk shear up to 100 knots in northern Illinois, especially northwestern Illinois, so really have to watch out for that. And that goes all the way through Oklahoma. So basically, my thoughts on this is for days 3 and 4. Like we see a lot of bulk shear in both days, as we see by this graphic. Strong tornadoes will be a risk both days, and especially wind will be the thing that's mostly carried on into day 4. But on the northern side, northern enhanced risk, we could be seeing the main damaging wind threat, but still a strong tornado threat. And in the southern portions, we're still likely going to be seeing the main strong tornado threat, but of course we could be seeing still strong significant damaging winds there, and definitely long track tornadoes are definitely a possibility in this violent tornadoes based on CSU probabilities. So violent tornadoes are definitely a possibility based on this, which really those go with moderate and high risks. So, and long track as well. So that's going to be it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Any questions? Oh, by the way, we also will likely be seeing some significant hail, especially in the northern parts of the risk. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Well, and yeah, see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.